Have you ever considered how much you truly need to live a content and fulfilling life? A compelling question, isn't it? The answer lies in a simple yet profound concept. Minimalism. Minimalism at its core is a lifestyle choice. It's about making deliberate decisions to own fewer possessions and thereby living with less. The benefits are manifold. Minimalism can lead to reduced stress, less clutter, and more importantly, financial freedom. Imagine a life free from the constant pursuit of material possessions, where you're not defined by what you own, but by who you are and what you do. But let's clear a common misconception. Minimalism isn't about deprivation. It's not about living in a stark, barren home with nothing but a chair and a bed. It's about finding balance. It's about mindfully choosing what to bring into your life and what to let go, based on what brings you joy and fulfillment. Minimalism isn't about giving up everything you love, but rather about making room for what truly matters. Meet Sarah, a 35-year-old teacher from London, who decided to embrace minimalism 2 years ago. Sarah's journey to minimalism began with a simple yet profound realization. She was surrounded by an excess of material possessions that were creating more clutter than comfort. She decided to make a change and began decluttering her home, one room at a time. Each piece of furniture, clothing and knick-knack was scrutinized based on its practicality and the joy it brought her. If it didn't meet these criteria, it was either sold, donated or recycled. This process of decluttering wasn't merely about getting rid of things, but about making room for what truly mattered to her. It was about creating a living space that reflected her values and prioritized her well-being. As her home became less cluttered, Sarah found herself experiencing a sense of liberation and tranquility that she hadn't known before. Once her physical environment was streamlined, Sarah turned her attention to her spending habits. She noticed that many of her purchases were impulsive, driven more by momentary desires than by actual needs. She started to practice mindful spending, questioning each potential purchase and its impact on her life. Would this item bring her lasting happiness or just temporary satisfaction? Would it add value to her life or merely add to the clutter? By adopting this mindful approach to spending, Sarah was able to significantly cut down on her expenses. She now saves around 40% of her income, a feat that seemed impossible just a few years ago. But more than the financial savings, Sarah has noticed a profound shift in her outlook towards life. She feels more content and satisfied, not because she has less, but because she values what she has more. In her journey to minimalism, Sarah has discovered that less can indeed be more. She has found freedom in simplicity, satisfaction in contentment, and joy in the essential. Her life is a testament to the transformative power of minimalism. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of minimalism and the freedom it can bring. Frugality often gets a bad rap, as being about penny pinching and depriving oneself. But is that the whole story? Let's take a step back and really dive into what frugality is all about. It's not so much about denying yourself the essentials or the occasional indulgence. Instead, it's about making the most of what you have and spending wisely. Think of it as a budget-savvy lifestyle that allows you to stretch your resources in the most efficient way possible. For example, rather than buying disposable products, you might invest in reusable ones. Instead of dining out every night, you might learn to cook delicious meals at home. These small changes can significantly reduce your expenses over time, contributing to financial independence and reducing financial stress. It's about making conscious decisions about where your money goes and ensuring it brings you true value. It can lead to a life of abundance, not scarcity. Frugal living isn't about deprivation, it's about living smarter. So, how can you find your own balance between minimalism and frugality? It's all about making conscious choices, aligning your lifestyle with your values. Now let's dive into some practical tips. First off, decluttering. Start small. Choose a drawer, a shelf, or a room, and question the necessity of each item. If it doesn't serve a purpose or bring you joy, it might be time to let it go. Next, set a budget. Know your income, understand your expenses. This isn't about penny pinching, but about gaining control over your financial life. Allocate resources to what truly matters to you. Lastly, shift your focus from possessions to experiences. Instead of purchasing the latest gadget, Consider investing in memorable experiences like a cooking class or a trip to a nearby town. The most important thing is to start small. Make changes that feel right for you. Remember, it's not about living with the least, but about living with the best.